Hi everybody, thank you for tuning in and for watching this check of the First Alert forecast. We're coming to you live from the digital news desk. Thanks for tuning in for watching, maybe on Roku, Amazon Fire, the Atlanta News First app or the Atlanta News First Alert weather app. Appreciate the viewership. And a reminder, if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, maybe about the work week weather, for example, we are live across multiple platforms, including Atlanta News First on Facebook and also on YouTube. Again, those are your two best platforms to ask any weather questions that you may have. And I'll occasionally be peeking at the thread, seeing if anyone has anything to say, and I'll answer those weather questions, comments, concerns as they come in. Let's go ahead and take you outside. It's a nice one this evening, a brilliant look at Midtown Atlanta, looking across the connector, 75-85, back to what is great visibility in a pretty city of Atlanta tonight. Temperatures are starting to cool a little bit. It was warm this afternoon, at least compared to what we have been feeling. Remember, Tuesday we were stuck in the low to mid 50s in Atlanta, 40s in many spots, but now we're back up into the 70s we were this afternoon, and we will be again really for the next several days. 70s are in the First Alert forecast, but right now we are starting to cool down out there, loading up current temperatures. A little cool. We're down to 63 at Atlanta, Hartsfield, Jackson, 61 Rome, but look at Carrollton and LaGrange, typically faster to cool than the city of Atlanta. No different tonight. 55 in LaGrange, 55 in Carrollton, 59 in Athens, up in Blairsville, higher elevations of North Georgia. Most of our mountain communities down in the upper 50s at the moment. So light jacket's a good idea, and you may want to upgrade that to a coat for some tomorrow morning, even though we're talking a warm up, and it is much warmer than it has been the past several mornings. No 20s, no 30s tomorrow morning. Nonetheless, it is chilly. And there is one spot that could manage some upper 30s tomorrow, and that's going to be the mountains of North Georgia, though the vast majority of us wake up to temperatures in the 40s. Though Atlanta actually warmer than 50. 52 your low temperature tomorrow morning, probably coolest between about 6 and 8 a.m., right as you're trying to get the kiddos out the door, get into the office. Into Atlanta, kind of a closer look at the metro here. Notice how Lawrenceville 45, portions of DeKalb, maybe Pine Lake, Decatur, and then especially towards Verdun, further to the east, 44, cooler outside of the perimeter, 285, 43 in McDonough, 45 in Palmetto, Douglasville 45, Kennesaw, Smyrna, Marietta, much of Cobb County in the mid 40s tomorrow morning. We'll wake up to a dry forecast, maybe a few wispy high clouds moving through. I'm going to show you that hour by hour now. We'll start in the morning, walk you through the entirety of your Monday, and it's going to be a dry one. We do have clouds, high clouds out there really already this evening moving in from the west, and they'll be out there out the door tomorrow morning. But notice, these are not rain producing clouds. These are just high wispy clouds. We've had them for the past several days. Maybe a little more of that cloud cover as we get into tomorrow afternoon and evening. Not enough to stop the warm up though. Temperatures as I back the clock up here, 4 p.m. Even Blairsville in the mid 70s tomorrow. I think many spots will be in the mid to upper 70s. Couple neighborhoods could be up to about 80 degrees. But with low humidity, light breeze, it's going to be feeling great out there. And you probably notice more cloud cover moving in Monday night into Tuesday. And that brings us our next weather headline, and that is the fact that we do have a decent shot at some rain midweek, late Tuesday into Wednesday. We're tracking a midweek rain chance. I don't think everybody gets rain, but this is the greatest rain chance we've had in a little more than a week. And I do think if you live northwest of Metro Atlanta, if you live in Cleburne, Randolph counties in Alabama, over to Carrollton, up to Floyd, Chattooga counties, Rome, Somerville, Lyerly, those areas, a pretty solid bet at some rain late Tuesday into the wee hours of Wednesday morning. The further east you go, the harder it is going to be to get that rain into your neighborhood and onto your grass and your plants, things that really could use some moisture by this point. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and walk you through that process. We'll take you out a little bit further into the future here. I'm going to change up the forecast model. Just give me one moment here and we'll give you a better look. Also keep in mind that even those that do get rain, it's not going to be a substantial amount. It's certainly not enough to break the drought, so to speak. It is definitely going to still be on the dry side. Overall, it's going to take a while to get out of these drought conditions. And it takes a while to get into them, so just keep that in mind. It takes a while to get into a drought, it takes a while to get out of a drought. So just because we have rain chances in the First Alert forecast does not mean that it is going to be completely gone, the drought that is. All right, so here we are. This is early tomorrow, not much going on, just some high clouds moving in. And then as we get into late Tuesday evening, into more so Wednesday, that's when the rain chance is really going to start to climb. Again, we'll back up the clock here. Here we are at 6 p.m. on our Tuesday. Temperatures are in the 70s, and we already have some showers moving in. This is just one run of one forecast model nonetheless. Notice 6 p.m. This is Tuesday at 6. So in the evening, some sprinkles moving through Atlanta, possibly for the evening rush, 4, 5, 6 p.m., but really just clouds, a few sprinkles. And then I think a broken line or scattered showers and storms into mid-evening. But the greatest rain chance is actually going to arrive late in the evening, 10, 11, midnight. Notice how it kind of fizzles as it gets into downtown Atlanta, as it gets into the I-75, the I-85 corridor. So this is not a slam dunk as far as rain that is needed. But if you live in Rome, Carrollton, LaGrange, west of Atlanta, I think your rain chance is a little greater on our Tuesday evening into Wednesday morning. And we actually have an even greater rain chance as we get into next weekend. Saying hello on Facebook, Atlanta News First. That's the page to follow and to comment on. That's where we're live right now. Saying hello to Angelia Brazil. If I mispronounce your name, just give me a holler. Thank you for watching, Angelia. Appreciate the viewership. Also, we're streaming live on YouTube as well. Atlanta News First. Give it a follow, and you can be alerted to when we go live. And that is the place to be if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns as well. Facebook and YouTube, we're streaming. You have the forecast, but also the place where you can ask your weather questions, and I can answer any weather questions that you may have, maybe clarify for your plans this week, talk about the next chance for more substantial rain. And just going to take a moment, 8:08, we're about 8 minutes into this, to welcome folks that may be watching on the Atlanta News First app. Appreciate folks coming to Atlanta News First for the latest forecast. And the story is, what we're talking about is the fact that rain chances are going to be increasing here as we get into the late Tuesday into Wednesday time frame. I'm going to go ahead and pull this forecast model back up and notice how we begin Tuesday, rolling the clock back here. Here we are at noon Tuesday. We're still dry. Clouds increase through the afternoon. I think there could be some sprinkles by late afternoon, early evening, but nothing that's substantial, nothing that really gets in the way of plans or the drive. And then a few showers, a few downpours here as we get into maybe 6, 7, 8 p.m., mainly west of Metro Atlanta. So it does look like mostly dry. Rain won't be heavy or anything for the evening rush home. Then late evening as we get into 9, 10, 11 p.m., here we are, Chattooga, Floyd, Baldwin County, Carrollton, down to LaGrange, Troup and Hurton counties. A broken band of showers and probably some thunderstorms in here moving in from the west. And they'll get into Metro Atlanta, but at a much weaker state by midnight, 1 a.m. This is Wednesday. And then they're out of here very quickly by the time we get to the drive time, generally east of Atlanta, by the time the morning commute is getting underway. So yes, rain chance, but no, not everyone is going to get substantial rain. Let's see. Michael Baxter, hello to you. Thanks for watching. Anthony Watson on Facebook, Atlanta News First, the page that we're streaming on right now, saying it is cool outside in Rome, Georgia. I'm glad you're outside enjoying the cool weather. It certainly is. In fact, I can bring current temperatures back up, give you an idea of what temperatures are doing right now. And it is cooling off out there, maybe 60s here in Atlanta, but there are several spots where temperatures are in the 50s already. In fact, here's your latest look, including Rome, down to 61. So one of the milder spots, at least at the airport, when these set of temperatures were taken. This was about maybe 15, 20 minutes ago they took these numbers, so could even be cooler, probably bound to be in the upper 50s here shortly if you aren't already in your neighborhood. 60 Covington, 59 in Athens. Let's pull up that rain chance forecast, and we do have some changes on the way. Nothing that guarantees rain in every neighborhood. This is not going to be a widespread nor a real soaking rain, but late Tuesday into Wednesday, scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms moving in. Rain chance during the daylight hours, about 30%. This is mainly between about 6 p.m. or so Tuesday and let's say 4 or 5 a.m. Wednesday is the peak rain chance, so overnight. And overnight between those 2 days, we will boost the rain chance up to about 40% or so, mainly an overnight peak rain chance as it looks right now, and data is becoming a little bit more consistent with that idea, keeping the greatest rain chance late Tuesday, early Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, we get a bit of a break, sunshine in fact. And then as we get into Saturday and Sunday, here comes the next storm system. One that could bring some more beneficial, more widespread rain. That's important here. Downpour here, downpour there won't do much to improve drought conditions, but a widespread soaking rain could. And while maybe it's not forecast to be as widespread at the moment, I do think there's a better shot at some needed moisture for much of North Georgia, including metro Atlanta, as we get into the coming weekend. You may be asking how much rain is forecast to fall. This is from the Weather Prediction Center. They basically look at all the forecast models, the great team of meteorologists at the Weather Prediction Center. They put out this forecast, and this is over the next 5 days or so. And notice here in that lightest blue, up to about an inch of rain forecast. Don't look, don't focus too much, I should say, on these exact lines where they paint different colors. There's somewhat of a general sense to this forecast. May not be exact, but we're up to about an inch of rain. Dalton, Rome, Cartersville, Douglasville, Roanoke, and LaGrange. These communities and points west is where the rain will be greatest rain coverage, rain intensity. The further east you go and southeast, the lesser the rain. Down in Burke County, Waynesboro, south of Augusta, barely anything. And I would say an average of a quarter inch to about 3/4 of an inch wetter west between now and Friday, but we could add to these totals by the time we get into the weekend with that second opportunity of some needed rain. And that rain not only more widespread, but could be just a little bit heavier as well. I'll go ahead and pull up that 7-day forecast for you. Again, we are tracking that chance of rain. Couple of opportunities this week. No single day is a washout, but I hope we can get some rain in here. We really do need it. And here is that 7-day. Mild tomorrow, in fact warm in a couple of spots. Rain late Tuesday, rain early Wednesday, mainly before the morning commute Wednesday. We'll clear out through the day. And notice how we do cool back down. A mild start Wednesday, a warm afternoon Tuesday, and then a little push of cooler air moving in. Sunshine will be a glorious day Thursday. Friday's looking spectacular if you have any plans. And then as we get into Saturday, Sunday, it's a gradual process with more clouds and rain around. Temperatures a little cooler in the afternoons. We're back in the 60s. And some data even cooler than that. Some places could stay in the 50s Sunday, depending on how thick the cloud cover is, how much rain we have. And again, that forecast is far from set in stone. We're not calling it 100% chance of rain or anything like that. And because we still have some uncertainty, that rain chance 40% for now, but I do think we'll be able to boost that. And there are signs to this forecast, this chance of rain that starts Saturday, could linger well into the early and middle portions of next week. In fact, a place you can get the 10-day forecast looking even further out into the future. It's not just the Atlanta News First Alert weather app. It is also atlantanewsfirst.com. On the home page, click on First Alert Weather. Of course, clip from the forecast earlier this evening. Scroll down just below current conditions, click on 10-day, and you see that rain chance 40% Sunday, 30% Monday, Halloween, and then November 1st, 20% chance of rain as we start to dry out. And there are signs by next Wednesday into Thursday. Stronger front moves in, another rain chance next Wednesday, not this coming Wednesday. And maybe the return of some chillier air as we get solidly into the first several days of November. So obviously there is some weather to talk about. It's a very quiet week, cold week, but quiet week, but now a bit of a more active weather pattern. It doesn't look like there are going to be too many impacts to your plans, though, especially Tuesday, Wednesday. That's mainly a Tuesday night chance. So no first alerts right now. We are certainly telling you that there's a rain chance, but I do think we're going to keep those planned impacts at a minimum, but we'll update you if anything changes. And on that note, I'll be live in 45 minutes. Peachtree TV, the news at 9. Also, that 10 p.m. hour, we just added that Peachtree TV, and 11 p.m. half hour on Atlanta News First. A reminder, you can always get that First Alert forecast at atlantanewsfirst.com and in the Atlanta News First Alert weather app. I hope you have a wonderful evening. We'll see you here in about 45 minutes on Peachtree TV. We'll leave you with a live look at Midtown Atlanta. Enjoy the last few hours of your weekend.